everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I have another guided yoga class for you. And the focus of today's class is going to be back bends and balances. So the class should take between 25 to 30 minutes, and we're going to be working into the spine, the upper back, the shoulders in preparation for some back bends. As always, I will offer as many modifications as I can think of to meet you at your current fitness level or energy level for today. And we will need one prop or two props, two yoga blocks. Though if you don't have yoga blocks, two thick books would work to assist in opening up the chest and the shoulders and potentially in our back bends towards the end of the class. And if you enjoyed today's practice, it would really mean a lot if you took a moment out to hit that like button down below. It makes me very happy and really helps support the channel by showing this kind of content to other people here on YouTube. And if you'd like to see other guided yoga flows or at-home workouts or just general videos on health and wellness, then make sure to subscribe to join our family on here. I upload new videos every week. But without further ado, let's get into it today with this simple back bending focused flow. Okay, so we're going to start things off today in puppy pose or anahatasana. So the easiest way I think to get into it is coming from your tabletop position with the knees stacked underneath the hips, and then from here walking the hands forward, laying the elbows down and relaxing the forehead down onto the mat. Feel free to keep the toes tucked here to take off any additional pressure from the knees. And just taking a few breaths here together to begin the practice. Letting the chest be heavy, starting right away to open up into the shoulders, the upper back, and the chest. So let's take a deep inhale here. And exhale. Again, deep inhale. And exhale, relaxing the chest. Twice more, inhale. Exhale. Last one together. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Coming to your normal breath here. With every inhale, imagine puffing the belly out. And each exhale contracts the belly back towards the spine. Continuing to breathe in and out through the nose. Working to make each breath about 3 to 4 seconds in length. And as the focus of this class is back bends, I'd like you here to bring your attention to your spine. So starting from the base, trying to tilt your butt bones up a little bit more towards the sky. And then working your way up the spine, see what's happening in the low back, in the mid back, kind of between your belly button and your shoulder blades. Can you relax the front of your ribs down towards the mat a little bit more? And then moving up towards the mid and upper back, the space between your shoulders. Finally to the back of your neck. So we're going to try to keep this awareness of the entire spine, bringing each of our bends to the entire spine rather than concentrating it in one part of the spine. So bringing in awareness and just overall focus to the entirety of the spine. Taking one more breath here together. Good, and then slowly lifting the forehead up, looking up towards the hands, winking the eyes open if they were closed, and coming back into our tabletop. So bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Good. From here, we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. So with your inhale, dropping your belly down, squeezing your shoulder blades together, looking up. And exhale, push the floor away, rounding. For 5. Feel free to add in your own movement here. So you don't have to keep it just in the traditional cat-cow by going forward and back. If you want to take it in circles, just use the next 4 breaths to move around in whichever way feels good. Remembering to exhale as you round, inhale as you arch. Two more breaths. Last one together. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, coming back through a neutral spine, bringing the knees slightly closer together. And then with your next inhale, extending the left leg up and back. So you have it parallel with the floor, not trying to arch as much as you can. Imagine you have an invisible string that's pulling your foot towards the back wall. At the same time, push the floor away so you have a strong foundation here through your shoulders, and then pushing your way over towards the right hand. Inhale, extending the left arm up overhead. The bicep comes next to the ear. Good. Holding here for one more breath, trying to make your back as flat as you can. Imagining that you have like a really expensive glass of wine and you don't want it to spill. Good, take an inhale. And then exhale, nice and slow, curling elbow to knee. For 4, inhale, finding that straight line. Exhale, curl. 3, keep pushing through the right hand. 2, 1, inhale once more, reaching them away from each other, and then bending through the left elbow and carrying the right knee out to the side. So you have this kind of funky side variation here. Inhale, exhale, cross body curl. 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale, exhale, left hand comes down, extending the right toes back, tucking the toes, and inhale, reaching the left foot up and back, 3-legged down dog. Good, holding here for one breath, trying to square off the hip, and keeping equal pressure on the hands so both shoulders are facing forward. We're not dumping the weight over into the right hand. Good, inhale, rolling forward, 3-point plank. Holding here for one breath. Exhale, lowering the right knee, lowering the left knee. Chest and chin come down onto the floor, elbows tight by the sides, bum stays up in the air. Inhale, sliding forward, baby cobra. Good, lifting the hands to make sure we're using the strength of the back to support this first gentle back bend. Inhale, lifting a bit higher. And exhale, hands down, tucking the toes, tabletop. Good. Left side, inhale, extends the left toes back, pointing or flexing through the foot. Remember that invisible string. And then pushing your weight into the left hand. Inhale, right arm extends up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, tiger curl. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, extending them up in opposite directions, and then bending through the right elbow, bringing it out to the side, left knee comes out to the side, inhale. Exhale, cross body curl. 4. You may feel some cracks or hear some cracks in the hips. 3, or maybe just in my hips. Exhale, curl. 2. Last one. Good, inhale once more, reaching them up and away from each other. Right hand lands, left toes extend back, tucking through the toes. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. Right leg lifts. Holding here for one more breath. Think about squared shoulders and pushing the floor away as much as you can. Inhale, rolling forward, 3-point high plank. holding here for one more breath. Push the floor away. Exhale, left knee lands, right knee lands, chest and chin find the floor, bum stays up in the air. Inhale, rolling forward onto the belly, baby cobra. Shoulders away from the ears and down the back, squeezing the elbows towards one another. Inhale. Exhale, tabletop. Nice. Now, we will be working towards upward facing bow here in this class, or wheel pose. Though feel no pressure to take that variation. I'm going to give you modifications if you don't feel like going into that variation. But as such, we will be focusing also on some vinyasas, so it's important here to warm up the wrists. So spreading your fingers nice and wide, taking big circles into the hands. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. And then switching the direction. Good. Bringing both hands to face back as much as they can towards the body. So it may come back all the way, fingers facing the body, or maybe out to 45, just find your range. Inhale, dropping the belly down, squeezing the shoulders together, looking up. And exhale, push the floor away to round. 4. 3. 2. 1. Inhale, drawing the belly back down, hands coming back through center. Tucking the toes here and hovering the knees. Breathing. For 3. Push the floor away. For 2. Inhale. Exhale, slowly pushing the hips up and back into our downward facing dog. Readjusting the stance as needed. We're going to spend 3 breaths here, so feel free to stay in this variation, or just because you do so much down dog in yoga classes, just to mix it up a little bit, taking the feet as wide as your mat. Small bend in the knees. I find this variation is a little bit easier to keep the cue of pushing the hips up and back. Relaxing the head. 1 more breath. Good. Inhale, looking up towards the hands, bend the knees, lift the heels, step or hop your way up to meet the hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway rise, flat back. Exhale, fold. Once again, inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, slowly rising all the way up to stand, reaching the arms up tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, we'll take 1 round here of Surya Namaskar A. So feet hips distance. Inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale to fold, deep bend of the knees. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, your vinyasa. Hands come down, stepping it back, high plank. Option to lower the knees here for Chaturanga. Either way, shoulders shift past the wrists, chest and hips lower at the same time, elbows scrape the sides. Inhale, baby cobra. Or if you're feeling up for it, pushing into the tops of the toes. Inhale, rising up, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, pedaling at the feet, 2 breaths. Inhale, looking forward, bend the knees, lift the heels, step or hop your way up to meet the hands at the top. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, keeping the feet hips distance, rising up, Utkatasana, yogi chair. Good, reaching the arms up. Tucking the tailbone under here so the back stays long. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale to rise. Good. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale to fold.
from here. Bringing the fingertips down. Inhale, steps the right foot back. Right knee lands. Inhale, lifting the arms. Low lunge. Exhale here, curling the tailbone under. So we have kind of the ribs closing towards the pelvis here. Some cues are weird, but sometimes they help. So I try to give as many as possible, just see which one clicks for you, which one makes sense in your body. Take one more inhale here. And then tucking the back right toes if they weren't already. Exhale, high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Exhale, gently straightening into the left leg. Arms swoop back, reaching the chest forward. Little balance here. Trying to make the spine as long as you can. So reaching the chest towards the top of the mat. One more breath. Inhale, rebending into the left leg. High lunge. Exhale, vinyasa. Hands come down to frame the left toes, stepping it back, high plank. Option to lower the knees for chaturanga or keep them lifted. Shoulders shift past the wrists. Elbows tight by the sides. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. One breath here. Big toes together. Inhale, right leg lifts. Three-legged dog. Exhale, pulling the knee into the nose, push the floor away, stepping it as close as you can in between the hands, or wherever you can get it up and then using the hand to help you. Left knee lowers down, inhale, low lunge. Exhale. Again, think about pulling the tailbone under. Inhale, tucking the back left toes. Exhale, high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, gently straightening into the right leg, arms sweep back, reaching the chest forward. Inhale. Exhale, rebending into that right knee, high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, vinyasa. Hands come down to frame the right toes, stepping the weight back. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Good, 3 breaths here in your down dog. Or if you want to take a little rest here, feel free to drop the knees down, hips back, child's pose. Okay, one more breath. If you were in child's pose, slowly coming back up into your down dog. Bringing the big toes together. Inhale, right leg extends up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right tricep or right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left tricep or elbow. Last one, inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, stepping it outside of the right hand. Good. Option 1, lizard lunge here, lowering the left knee down. Option 2, keeping it lifted and working to push the left heel away from you. So really as straight as you can get into that left leg. Option 3, most intense, walking the hands forward, staying on fingertips, trying to pull the hips down as you lift the chest. We'll take little pulses wherever you are, forward and back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now, reaching the left fingertips forward. If you have your blocks, it can help, or your book, to bring one block forward so that the left fingertips can find the block. We're gonna push forward and back 3 more times, and then on the third one, we're gonna lift the back left leg, coming into half moon. So 3, 2, exhale, pushing into the left fingertips, leaning forward, lifting the back left leg, revolved half moon. So option 1, right hand onto right hip, with your exhale working to open through the left shoulder. Option 2, reaching the right arm up towards the sky. Really important to keep the hands stacked over the shoulder. Keep lifting that back left leg, pointing through the toes. For 2, 1. Right hand lands, kicking the left toes up and back, standing split. Releasing the chest down towards the right thigh. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, releasing the left toes down next to the right, forward fold. Really nice. Just one more side like that. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, taking it back through your vinyasa. High plank. Option to lower the knees through your chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Good. Big toes together. Inhale, left leg reaches up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, up and back. Last one. Exhale, left knee, pulling it in next to the left elbow, setting it down next to the left hand. Lizard lunge. Option 1, lowering the back right knee. Option 2, right leg stays lifted. Option 3, walking the hands forward, whichever variation you had on the other side. Either way, pushing forward and back for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bringing your block forward so that your right fingertips can come onto the block. We're going to take it into our revolved half moon. So pushing forward for 3, getting ready to lunge forward. 2, exhale, lifting the back right leg, left arm reaches up. Or left hand on left hip, pointing through the back toes. With every exhale, trying to open even more through the left shoulder. For 3, 2, looking up or down, whichever one feels better on the neck. One more breath. Now looking down, releasing the left hand down, reaching the right leg up and back. Standing split, pointing through the right toes. One more breath. Exhale, releasing the right foot down. Grabbing opposite elbows, one breath here, forward fold. Nice, inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, vinyasa. High plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, briefly coming through down dog, taking one breath here. Before inhale, rolling forward, setting the knees down, coming into child's pose, setting the hips back. If you'd like to release all pressure from the arms, feel free to bring the hands next to the heels. Just let the arms be heavy. Taking 2 more breaths here. Nice, reaching the arms up overhead if you had them by the heels. Inhale, coming forward into our tabletop. Okay, so hopefully your heart rate is up a little bit. We're gonna work through 2 more drills to activate through the spine to make sure that our back bend is always active, that we're not just using, gravity or whatever to help us into places where it could be painful. Back bends can be quite intense. We want to make sure that the right muscles are activating to keep us there safely. So lowering down onto your belly, you will need a little bit of space out in front of us so that when you reach your arms up overhead, you're not obstructed by anything. So you can keep the feet hips distance or take them out wide, whichever one feels more comfortable. We're not going to be focusing much on what's happening in the lower body. Okay, so extending the arms up overhead so that the thumbs face up and the hands are facing towards one another. The first drill we're going to do is just lifting, the hands are shoulder width, just lifting the arms up, keeping the forehead glued to the floor. Okay, trying to imagine again, that invisible rope, pulling your hands away from you and up. So keeping the arms as straight as you can. We're gonna go for 2 rounds, holding for 3 seconds. Okay, so bringing your forehead down. Take an inhale. Exhale. And with your next inhale, reaching the arms up as high as you can, pulling them straight for 3, 2, 1. Releasing them down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Once more, inhale, reaching them up as high as they'll go for 3, 2, 1. Releasing the hands down. Good. Now, same idea, but this time we're going to raise the head up as well. However, only reaching your head up as far as the ears stay between the biceps. So you're not going to reach your head up as high as it will go, only that your arms stay on either side of your head. Okay, so forehead comes back down. Inhale, reaching the arms and the head up. Breathe for 3. Looking down slightly to keep the back of the neck long. 2, 1. Release down. Take a breath. Last round. Inhale, rising up for 3, 2. Keep breathing. 1. Release down. You can shake the bum side to side. Bring the arms next to the body. Take a deep breath. And out. Nice. Slowly coming back up into our tabletop. Whew. And the last little bit of activation that we'll do before we get into our back bends is a little bit of pigeon drill. So coming into your high plank and drawing the right knee towards the right wrist, setting the lower leg down, sliding the left toes back. So the back toes can be tucked or untucked, whichever one feels better on the leg, on the knee. Starting up on fingertips, option 1, what we're gonna do is reach the chest forward and then draw it back up. Okay, so option 1, both hands will stay down. We're gonna inhale as we lower. Exhale to rise back up. Option 2, taking one hand away. Inhale, lowering down. Exhale to rise. Option 3, most difficult, no hands. Inhale, reaching the chest forward. Exhale, pushing into the lower leg, squeezing into the right glute to rise you back up. Let's go for 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. And the left glute at the top, squeeze. 3, 2, last one. 1. Coming down onto the forearms, passive pigeon stretch here. Option 1, staying just as you are here. Option 2, to open even more through the front of the body, kicking the left heel in towards the bum and reaching back with the right hand to maybe make contact with the foot. And if you do, on your exhale, gently drawing the heel closer to the bum. Inhale slightly to release. Exhale to draw it in. 2 more breaths. Again, any of these modifications are okay. Just listen to what your body's asking for or what your body can do. Trying to always move with your breath and not push yourself into any areas where you feel pain. Discomfort is okay, but pain is not. Good. Slowly releasing the back foot if you had it in. Bringing the hands back down onto the mat, tucking the back toes, exhale up into our high plank. And then left knee in towards left wrist, sliding the back toes away from you. And our active pigeon drills. So, variation 1, hands down. Inhale, reaching the chest forward. Exhale, back. Whichever variation you had on the other side, keep it going. On this side for 5. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. 4.
3, 2, 1. Nice. Releasing down onto the forearms. Either holding here, option 1, and just working to relax the chest down towards the floor. Or variation 2, pulling the back right heel in, reaching back with the left hand, and holding. 3 more breaths. With every exhale, working to pull the heel in closer to the bum. Last breath. Good. Inhale, slowly releasing the back heel, back foot down, rising up once more into our pigeon. And then this time, just pushing the weight over to the left, bringing the right leg all the way back around. Okay, so we've primed the right areas. Hopefully the chest is a little bit more open, the shoulders, the upper back, and the hips. So we're ready to get into our back bending practice. So as I mentioned, I will give as many modifications as I can. And the modification for this one is going to be holding in bridge pose. I'll give you different variations so that it's not as boring as a traditional bridge pose. Keep it interesting. But either way, coming down onto your back, though if you are going to practice, if you choose to practice the full wheel variation, it may be nice to have the blocks handy, close to your shoulders. So coming down onto the back, bringing your feet hips distance, and we'll start here in bridge. Whether you're taking it into the full upward facing bow or just staying in bridge, the entry will be the same. And we're gonna go for 2 rounds, so you can try both out if you'd like. Bringing your feet close to the bum so that you can tickle your hands, or you can tickle your feet with your hands. And then with your inhale, scooping your bum up, squeezing the inner thighs towards one another, and imagine drawing your ribs to your face. So trying to lift the chest towards the sky. If you'd like to work on opening the chest even more here, you can interlace the hands underneath the body and then scooting your shoulder blades together to open through the front of the chest, breathing here. Now, you can either stay here or you can lift the heels, push the heels down, lift the toes, and just work on the cues of squeezing your bum up and lifting the chest towards the sky. If you're taking it into full upward facing bow and you have some wrist sensitivity, it may be nice to bring the blocks to either side of your shoulders so that when you reach your hands back, it will be a little bit less flexion on the wrists, a little bit more easy on the wrist to bring your fingers facing towards the body, pressing into the blocks. And we're gonna get there the same way. So starting from your bridge, rising up first onto the crown of the head, checking your position here to make sure that your elbows keep pulling in line more or less with the shoulders. Take an inhale. And then exhale, pushing through the hands, extending into the arms, reaching the chest up and back, squeezing gently into the bum. And then you can lift the heels, or again, pushing the heels down, lifting the toes. Either way, holding for 3, 2, keep extending as much as you can into the arms. 1 more breath. Slowly coming down, tucking the chin, coming into your bridge. And then lowering the hips down, taking the feet as wide as your mat and just letting the knees come together. So, back bends can be quite intense and they have the tendency to elevate the heart rate. So just hang out here for a few breaths, letting the spine neutralize. We're gonna go for 1 more round. Either you can stay in your bridge pose, working on those different variations. I'll give you 1 more option you can try to mix it up. Or if you're feeling up for it, feel free to head into upward facing bow, either with the blocks or without. I really hope that you feel safe in whichever variation you're choosing, so don't feel any pressure to take something just because you want to try the most difficult version. Just listen to your body, and if at any point it feels like too much, gently come out and come back into this position where your spine is neutral. Okay, so bringing the feet back to hips distance.
Inhale, lifting the hips up. If you're taking your bridge pose here, another variation you can try is bringing the feet together and then working to extend one leg up, see how that feels, maybe crossing it over the knee, so figure 4, and just work on the balance here in different variations. Okay, option 2, if you're going into upward facing bow, fingers face back towards the body, rising up first onto the crown of the head. Checking the elbows to make sure they're in line with the shoulders. Exhale, extending through the arms, trying to push the chest up through the arms. So think about lifting from the back of the heart. Again, taking the bend through the whole spine rather than just having it concentrate in one place. Maybe coming up onto the tippy toes. Breathing for 3, 2, last breath. Exhale, slowly lowering the shoulders down, coming into your bridge pose. Take a breath. And then relaxing the hips down. Again, feet as wide as your mat. Just letting the knees come in together. Good, let's take 3 breaths here. Last breath. Nice, and now keeping your feet exactly as they are, just bringing both knees over to the right. Your hands can be at the belly or out to the sides. Inhale, coming back through center. And exhale over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Once more to the left, inhale. And exhale, left. Good, inhale back through center. And a tip I picked up from my good friend Sarah, who's also a wonderful yoga teacher, is that after each back bend, it's a nice idea to engage the abdominals, muscles that will wrap around the spine to keep it stable and healthy. So bringing your feet up or your knees up to 90 degrees, flexing into your feet, and then bringing the base of your hand to the top of your knees. Take an inhale. And with your exhale, pushing the hands and the knees into each other as hard as you can. Squeeze. For 5, 4, draw the shoulders down. 3, keep pushing. 2, 1. Drawing the knees into the chest, gently rocking side to side. Good, and then grabbing onto the back of the knees and slowly rocking forward and backward, maybe 3 or 4 times, massaging the spine before coming up into a seated position. Good, so we'll take a seated Shavasana today, but before we do, we'll take one more twist. So if this is uncomfortable seated here, then feel free to use one of your blocks or your book to elevate your hips. It may feel nicer. But from here, we're going to take the left hand onto the right knee and the right hand back behind us. Take an inhale, gently pulling on the knee to lift the chest, lengthening the spine. And with your exhale, twisting to look over the right shoulder. 3 breaths here. Inhale, slowly coming back through center and switching sides. Exhale, left hand, right hand to left knee. Exhale to twist. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, coming back through center, bringing hands onto the knees. Closing the eyes, taking a few breaths here to
together just to round out the practice. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling from the nose. 2 more. Good. So if you have the luxury of time, please feel free to stay here, either seated or take a reclined Shavasana, breathing deeply for about the next 5-6 minutes if you have the opportunity. However, if you're leaving it here for today, I'd like to thank you all so much for your practice. I hope that you feel more open, a little bit more stretched, and that your spine feels good and healthy and young. And yeah, wishing you a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you back here on my next video. Namaste.